Back with another recap video where the Denver Broncos lose again in another close game. 16 to 9 to the New York Jets. It's at the point where this is just getting embarrassing. It's hard to watch this every single freaking week. Same thing over and over and over again. And you know, funny thing is, I didn't even make a preview video for this game. That's how bad this is getting. Like, I'm so uninterested in what's going on with this organization right now that I forgot to make the video, but at the same time, I felt like I made the video because I just wasn't excited like I normally am, you know, heading in to the next weekend. But I would have picked the Jets to win this game, even though in the preseason prediction I had the Broncos win this game, but just, you're not going to win how they're playing right now. It don't matter who it is. 9 freaking points at home, you kidding me? You ain't going to win shit. So, it was just bad on top of bad on top of ugly. And we're here to suffer through it. So, no, I do not feel bad that I missed the preview video, but, you know, y'all get the recap. I'll try to make a preview for the Broncos game in London, but I don't know. This team is just so disappointing. But, anywho, let's get into the news. Funny thing when they lost, when Hackett went up to the presser, he said, "I'm sick of being up here and saying the same things." Well, if you're sick of it, then do something about it. Obviously, it's not Russell Wilson's fault. I mean, Brett Rippon started a day, let it rip, but no, it don't matter. He still looked like shit. The offense was as bad as it's been, and you know, it's just frustrating watching this team right now. And I don't think it's going to get better. I mean, we're, 7 games in, and nothing's changed. It's just the same thing over and over. You know, defense played great. Offense was terrible. It's the same thing every single freaking week. So, there's that. But yeah, obviously, you know, Russell Wilson did play in this game. They should probably just consider shutting him down for the season, to be honest. I mean, we're stuck with him for the next 6 years after this, and I'd like him to be fully healthy. You know, he has a partially torn lat in his shoulder, throwing shoulder, and then he's got the partially torn hamstring or whatever. So, you know, you don't want those to get worse and something permanent to happen. So, at 2-5, it's really hard to dig out of a 2-5 hole, especially if you want to make the playoffs. So that's kind of where my thoughts are on this whole thing. Especially if they go 2-6. Yeah, we might have to close shop. But on the bright side, with a 2-5 record, Broncos are going to pick 6th overall in the 2023 NFL Draft. Oh, wait. They traded that away to get Russell Wilson. And the Seahawks currently are first place in the NFC West. Let that sink in. So I don't know the direction that we're going here right now. It's just pain. Just pain on top of pain. I guess, oh my gosh, I guess Wilson's trending to play next week. Trending in the right direction to play against the Jaguars in London. Baron Browning, unfortunately, has left the game today with a strained hip. They're going to need him moving forward. I want to say that, but at the same time, it's like there's nothing for me to hold on to. Like, it's just, what hope am I holding on to right now? Why am I saying they need him going forward? It doesn't even matter. Mike Boone, left with ankle injury. Cam Fleming, quad injury. With a offensive line that's already terrible. I honestly think that's where they need to start in the offseason, is offensive line. Player-wise, yes, offensive line. The Broncos have only scored 8 touchdowns this year. That is the worst in the NFL. I'm pretty sure that they've scored, or the most touchdowns they've scored in a single game this year is 1. They haven't even broke 20 points yet. That's just how terrible this offense is. It's horrendous. Honestly, question for Broncos country right now: do you think Nathaniel Hackett will make it after the season's over? Will he make it before the season ends? I was actually reading a post that Broncos fan left, diehard. He said that he would have Evan Arrow, the defensive coordinator, be the head coach, and just see what happens. Don't fire Hackett. Put him in a different role. Let Evan Arrow lead this team, because Hackett might not be a locker room voice that these guys are going to fall behind. You know, they wanted to play for Vic Fangio, but just that was a different story. This is just, I mean, the offense of Vic Fangio, he's a defensive-minded coach, but the offense, they could put up more than 20 points per game. I mean, this is just absolutely terrible. 15 points per game they average. I mean, you ain't going to win shit doing that. So, it's just the state we're in right now. And, you know, it's at the point where they've been getting trade phone calls for Bradley Chubb and Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. 3 guys that any team would love to have on their team. I don't want to get rid of them. I think Bradley Chubb has been playing astronomical this season. No pun intended. But, you know, if we're not going to make the damn playoffs and it's just going to we're going to keep doing this every year, then why waste these guys' career on a bad team? You know, they need to go somewhere else that's actually contending so they can, you know, experience what the playoffs feel like. Because you ain't going to do it here. I'm sorry. But this team, they just need to reset. I mean, they need to stop with the freaking getting the Band-Aids, putting it over the little boo-boo. No, we need to freaking rip off everything and let those wounds heal on their own. All right? Because this getting blah, blah, blah in, get this guy, get that guy, it ain't freaking working. So, honestly, yeah, I think everybody, including me, is super pissed this year because there were high expectations. You know, you get Russell Wilson, that hype was real. And when you're putting this product on the field and telling us that it's going to change when it's the same shit every week, and, you know, you said you're getting Russell Wilson so you contend, you be a Super Bowl contender. No. Okay? It's just BS. So, but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really get mad today. I just kind of expected that they were going to lose. And that's another thing. That's just how bad it's getting. But honestly, if they do end up trading Bradley Chubb, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, depending what happens at the deadline, hopefully they get a first-round pick at least. If they could get 2, that'd be awesome. They're all good players. I mean, I'd expect they'd be able to get good value for them. But, you know, we'll see. Other things before we wrap it up here. Yeah, Will Parks, he was on the Jets. He took it personal because the Broncos didn't give him a contract or anything. So, went there and, you know, there you go. I like Will Parks. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't give him a contract or anything. But it is what it is, man. You don't want to be here right now anyway. I guess we'll recap the stats. Passing. Let's start out with the winning team, the Jets. Zach Wilson, he was 60 for 26. He only had 121 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. We actually did really good against Russell Wilson. We did really good against Zach Wilson, but not good enough, Couldn't get the win. The defense, like I said, I mean, the offense, with these stats from the other team, you would think that the team that held them to this would have won. But no, if you're playing the Broncos, you'll get the victory. You'll squeak out the victory because the Broncos offense sucks. Breece Hall, he had 4 carries, 72 yards. He had that one huge play scoring the touchdown there early in the game, but he got injured, I think shortly after that. So sucks because I think it's a ACL, and he's kind of a big part of that team, especially on offense. So see how that goes. 13 carries, 29 yards for Michael Carter. See, we did a really good job against the run. But besides the giving up that Hall touchdown, but receiving, their best receiver was 2 catches, 45 yards. After that, it's all 24 yards or less. Their defense, see, we had, honestly, the O-line played better in this game. They only gave up 1 sack. It was actually half a sack, created half a sack. It was Carl Lawson with half a sack, and then Bryce Huff, he had half a sack. So yeah, they gave up 1 whole sack. So it's a positive thing. Marcus Joyner did have an interception though. But yeah, just the offense could not get anything going. Just same shit, different week. Rippin, 24 completions for 46 attempts, 225 yards. No touchdown passes. He had an interception. Melvin Gordon had 11 carries, 33 yards. See, our running game wasn't doing well either. Tavis Murray, 8 carries, 24 yards. He did have the touchdown run. Boone, 4 carries, 23 yards. Now, Jerry Jeudy had a great game. 7 catches, 96 yards. Greg Dulcich, he was another guy who had a pretty good game. 6 catches, 51 yards. Sutton, quiet game. 3 catches, 23 yards. And the rest of that are 23 yards or below. So, but, with Brett Rippon coming in the backup quarterback, I didn't really have high expectations. But, yeah, it kind of shows that if he's struggling as well, it's not just Russell Wilson, okay? It's a combination of the coaches and the players, though. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Defense, Draymond Jones had 2 sacks. Good for him. He balled out. Mike Purcell had half a sack, and Nick Bonito had half a sack. Nick Burrito. And that's about it. Main stats. Brandon McManus, he missed a field goal early in the game that cost him points. He missed an extra point as well. So, yeah, there's 4 points right there. You add that to the board. Be 16-13. Still, probably wouldn't have mattered. I mean, I guess they were kind of within field goal range there towards the end. They just could not convert the 4th down. So, yeah. Sometimes it's a game of inches, and if you can't get those points and you leave them on the field, it comes back to bite you. But, anywho, the Broncos did not deserve to win this game. So, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. On that, say, be good. Go Broncos. Pain.